Why'd you do that?
Welcome back to the podcast.
Wait, I want to start every podcast like this so everyone gets real with us.
The love frequency.
Shh, guys, everyone, get ready.
That's actually a song bowl that Jerome bought me, and it's your heart chakra. Okay, stop. I think it's like the frequency of your
It's like the beginning of your
heart.
yoga classes. Is that what you guys do?
Sure.
All right.
Anyways, welcome back to the podcast, starting it off with some love. It's Saturday. We're recording on Saturday.
February 20th.
Wow, is it February 20th?
Yeah, I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day.
That is wild. I want to make sure that we can hear on the gram. Yeah, I'm just going to go.
This is going to be edited, so everyone's going to be like seeing this on YouTube. They're like, where'd she go?
We're on live. So
This past week's been kind of lazy.
our past week has been wild, but I guess really quickly, Alex
Sorry, let me get my phone.
Alex got sick, of course. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's okay. Everyone keeps asking me how he's doing. I honestly think he's fine. But we are waiting on his COVID results.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. He's been feeling sick and down and out.
Yeah, hopefully he's good. I think he's fine. I really do. His personality and his energy, like everything's totally good. But other than that, that just threw us, which is why we didn't record the podcast yesterday, and now we're recording today on Saturday. Do you want to go ahead and just jump right into what we're talking about?
Yeah, so basically, I was like, every week we always try to figure out what we're going to talk about, and then I was like, oh, babe, do you want to talk about that personality thing, you know? What's it called, babe?
So I actually did a training yesterday in my business coaching program, and it was on conscious communication in your business. And so I was talking about, and actually I have the book right here, highly recommend. I hate that I shouldn't say I hate, but it's a book based around sales. However, one thing that they teach you in the training when you get your like certification for completing the training is like, it's learning about personality types. And the fact is that we all have a different personality type. And I think that's why a lot of people can't connect.
What's that one quiz that you take where it has like four... Where are you going?
Just keep going.
I was going to say, what's that one quiz where you take where you have like that thing and it's just like... and it's... What's it called? It's like INAF or...
The Enneagram? Enneagram?
What's that one?
I'm not really... I hate to say this, but I'm not really into the Enneagram.
Not a big Enneagram.
I've done it. We've all done it in our family. We all did it. I just remember I had the same as like Oprah and Barack Obama. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
But no, I don't. A lot of people are into the Enneagram, and I'm not. This is actually called, what is it called? It's called... Bank. Yeah. So it's called the Bank Code, and the book is called Why They Buy, Cracking the Personality Code to Achieve Record Sales, which that's where it kind of gets me, because it's like, cool, like, yes, for your business, this is awesome, but I hate that kind of deters people in their personal life.
What do you mean? So,
like, for example, to kind of break it down for you, there's 4 different personality types. And what they explain in the training is that, you know, we each value different things, and that's why we each receive information differently. So we'll kind of get into it, but what I mean is you're one personality type and I'm another personality type.
Yeah.
So if I want to try and convince you to like go on a trip, let's say, example, I need to present you, well, that's your personality type. He's like, let's fucking do it.
I said where?
You actually have a lot of, we'll talk about that in a second. It doesn't matter where we're going. I want to convince you to go somewhere.
All right.
I need, maybe somewhere you don't want to go.
All right.
I need to present the opportunity to you in a way that you'll receive it based off of what you value.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So like, if we're having a conversation and you value science and data and college education or like certificates or like intellectual like things, but I value like love, peace, and harmony, and I just want everything that will make the world a better place, I can't come at you and be like, yeah, and your heart chakra is going to like totally light. You're going to be like, what in the fuck is going on?
I'm like, oh, she's so full of shit.
Exactly. You're like, well, what's the science behind that?
Yeah.
Different personality types. So I remember when I took this training, I was actually really big on your brother, Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I get it. He's this personality type.
So
and I remember I was excited.
It stands for Blueprint, Action, Nurturing, and Knowledge.
You talk a little quieter, honey.
Sorry, I just got confused. Because it's an acronym, right?
Yeah. So BANK stands for, it's the 4 different personality types. So it's Blueprint, Action, Nurture, and Knowledge.
Okay, cool.
And so those are the different personalities. And basically, once you can understand it's just one way. It's just one way of doing things. I'm sure there's many others, but it's worked really well for me and a lot of other people that I know. And but it's just one way. Like when you can understand, if you can like categorize. So they do this thing called speed coding. So like I can pretty much meet someone or see them and tell
speed coding
what their code is, like what their personality type is. And so B stands for Blueprint. Do you want to just like go through each of them?
Yeah, I have some of the cards here pulled up.
Yeah, it's super cool. So B, this is something that I love, that I highly recommend, like if you do have your own business, but also like I said, if you're not a business owner in your personal life, this is so relevant to make your relationships better. I think this is where a lot of people fall off. Like their relationships end because you just can't communicate with each other.
Yeah, well, it's like you're saying things, but you're both receiving it differently.
Exactly. So B stands for Blueprint. And Blueprint people...
Well, they're each based off upon a set of values, right?
Yeah.
So what you value highest?
Correct. So every personality type is based off of what you value.
Okay.
Yeah, what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
For example. And so B stands for Blueprint. So the first personality type is the Blueprint personality type. And blueprints, they are the type of people who like to like stay inside their box, so to speak. They're the type of people that like their box is their comfort zone and they will do anything they can to stay inside of it because getting outside their comfort zone is extremely risky. And so, they oftentimes come across like really cold, really firm.
Some of the traits they use are stability, structure, system, responsibility, duty, rules, credentials, titles.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Those are all the things they value.
Predictability.
Mm-hmm. Stability, right? Structure. These are people who, I remember in the training, they were like, blueprints usually always have like at least a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where they go. Like that's where they end up at. Their mantra would be like, these are the people that are like better safe than sorry. Like they would much rather be safe than sorry. Like they're not taking a risk.
Is that me? Am I a blueprint?
Heck no.
I'm not a blueprint?
There's no way. You're wild, okay?
I'm gonna say
after we describe them, I'm going to have you figure what yours is.
I'm going to speed code you.
There you go. Perfect. Blueprints are usually like police officers, jobs that give you structure, managers, HR maybe.
Are there any celebrities that they categorize with this?
They do. I don't remember the celebrities. Yeah, you can look at them, and it's kind of fun to like look at people and then guess what they are.
Oh, okay.
Because there's clues, so like you can tell someone's a blue. So like think about like your wife or your husband or your best friend or like someone you know right now, and it's like, blueprints, they're very professionally dressed. They're like put together. They're very conservative.
Yeah. They're
not going to wear something provocative. They're organized. They're very punctual people. They hate when people are late. They don't like missing deadlines. They don't like rule breakers. They don't like tardiness. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're very like structured individuals. They definitely have a 5-year plan.
They sound like squares.
I definitely used to be a blueprint.
They sound like a couple of nerds.
But it's cool because it's cool because if you can identify someone who's a blueprint, then you can also, so like a tip on how you would connect. So if you're already thinking like, oh, that's definitely, this person that I work with or my partner, whoever that is.
Yeah.
There's some ways that you can connect with that person now, because now you know their personality type. So when you speak to them, you know what they value all of a sudden. If you use their values and what they like and do not do what they don't like, you can really connect with people.
Create that rapport.
Just super cool. In business, this is incredible because it's like, imagine I have a client that's a blueprint and then I just show up 5 minutes late casually to every call.
Yeah.
They'd be pissed. They would hate me. And I've worked with people that were always late, and it literally just, it'll drive me nuts.
Yeah.
I still have like these I'm going to call it blueprint tendencies.
Well, real quick.
Yeah.
Like before you jump into more, sorry, so we stopped that blueprint, but.
I was going to give some tips on how to connect with the blueprint.
All right, hold on, but get back to that. But who it says Sherry Tree?
Sherry
is
Tree.
the founder?
Yeah, she's the founder.
And the creator.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember you told me her story, like she worked in like a sales department or something.
Man,
you don't
yeah.
remember?
It's been, when did I do this? In like 2019? No, like 2 years now.
2 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember her sharing her story. Whoops. Oh. Sherry's story. She does have a really interesting story. Here it says like, well, now she's a successful entrepreneur, professional keynote speaker, world-renowned sales trainer, best-selling author. I mean, all of these incredible things. But yeah, she was just a normal person. Actually, she created something, I forget what it was, and she was trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And then she was like homeless, like living out of her car, living in a garage. She has a wild story, but she ended up getting so successful off of like creating this and selling so much using it, and that's how it blew up and became this like huge
personality testing.
Yeah, her story is awesome. And yeah, so.
And then you did like a 2-day course.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 days. We did a course in LA, and we got to be with her live, which was cool. She was like right there. Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, cool.
I love it.
Back to the blueprint. Sorry, we just like jumped right in.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person?
Yeah, and I mean, I by no means can like teach you the whole thing. You have to do like read the book or go to one of her trainings yourself, but I think it's worth just like talking about. You know?
If you Google it, why they buy bank code, it like pops up right away.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So blueprint. So to connect with the blueprint, you want to, it depends. I'll kind of hit this from like a business level and like a life level, just in general. But like if you're selling to a blueprint, you really want to make sure you stay within their budget. Make sure you're providing excellent written details if you're trying to convince them to do something. Like if you're a blueprint and I'm like, babe, let's go on this trip. Yeah. I need to make sure I show you like, this is the itinerary and like, this is what we can do. And like, look at this and look at the price. Oh my gosh, look at this fits right in your budget. You know, you said I have to keep pointing out the budget because blueprints, even though they have money, they're always on a budget. They're like, they're very thrifty people. They don't like to spend. So yeah, I mean, if you're trying to connect with the blueprint, I think it's just like overall, you kind of just need to be put together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can you think of any blueprints? Anyone you think is a blueprint?
My oldest brother.
Yeah, kinda. He's definitely a K, which we'll get to, which is knowledge. Knowledge. It's like the techies.
He's like a mix.
Yeah. So, and that's the cool thing is we all have all of these personalities in us. It's like your first one is the strongest. Your second one is like, okay, you know, a little bit less, but you're still that one. Your third one is the one you turn into when you're stressed. So I turn into a K when I'm stressed. I'm a researcher. I start researching and like overanalyzing everything.
I guess like an easy thing would be like blueprint would probably be like a police officer, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said that? Mm-hmm. Like a copper? Because they have to be in like a structured system.
Very ordered.
Very in duty, responsible.
They want to follow the rules.
Or someone in the military.
Military,
like someone high up in the military.
Mm-hmm. Military
and
officers.
And then like someone for knowledge.
Wait, we're not there yet.
Or action would be... I'm just kidding. I'll start naming people. I want to start naming occupations that you would list under them probably. So
no, I am though.
A blueprint would probably be a police officer, right?
Yeah.
Or someone in the military.
Exactly. But yeah, so I think that kind of covers the blueprint, though. Mm-hmm. Really, just if you're in a relationship with the blueprint, just don't be late. Just be on time. Dude. Organize, clean up a little bit, and if you're working with the blueprint,
so this is used both for connecting and selling, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like they promote it a lot for selling.
Selling, yeah. But you told me the other day that like your philosophy behind selling.
Exactly. I think selling is all about being able to consciously communicate and connect with people. Yeah. And so it's like, I think when you can learn this for your personal life, it'll just come out of you easily for business. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't use anything in communication just for business. I use that in our relationship as well. So it's all relevant. And I think if you can practice if you are a business owner, you can practice these things in your personal life, then it's going to, like I said, it's going to naturally flow out of you in your business life.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The next one is action. So the next personality type is an A.
I see it.
And A's, so we said like the blueprints like to live inside the box. The action likes to live outside the box.
Bro, I'm an action.
You are an action. It's so annoying. It kills me. There's nothing wrong with any of these personality types, but Jerome is an action in a lot of ways, not always. But like a person who's an action, they are like, they always say they're like the millionaire makers. They're fast movers.
I don't have $1 million.
But you can make it. They prefer VIP treatment. Like they want the finer things. Like they'll splurge on the view. Like they care about those things. They like to think like there are no rules. Like what rules? Like what are you talking about? I'm going to create my own rules. And honestly, what values do you have? I know you have them right in front of you.
Oh yeah, freedom, flexibility, spontaneity. God damn it, I can't say it. Action, opportunity, excitement, attention, stimulation, competition, winning, fun, image.
Yeah. So action, A personality types, they value freedom, honestly. They really value that freedom to do whatever they want. And they care about their image.
Yeah. Gotta look nice.
Gotta look good. Their occupations, do you want to share some of their occupations? Do you have them?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, I thought you did. So occupations would be like athletes, celebrities, like actors, right? Public speakers, entrepreneurs are really big action people. Yeah, but I'm not like a really big A.
You're an action person, babe.
There's a piece of me in there, but not a lot of it.
I mean, everything that's there is pretty much it.
Okay.
Maybe except attention.
Action people, they want just jobs that give them freedom and flexibility to do things their own way and the opportunity to earn like an unlimited income and like live the dream, which is exactly what I promote all day long.
Is there, I was going to say, shouldn't we all be actions though?
No, I don't think so.
Up.
Well, then we wouldn't have police officers.
It's all boss up.
We wouldn't have people in HR. I need HR. We wouldn't have like managers. You know what I mean?
True, yeah.
We need all of them, and I think that's what's so important to say. But if you know, or you're working with an A, or you're in a relationship with an A, or whatever that looks like, or maybe your kid's an A, it's just these tips that can help you understand them and communicate with them. But the way that you know someone is an A is they're the people who really care how they're dressed. They dress to impress. They like designer labels. They are like always fashionably late. They love VIP treatment, and they're like big name droppers. And they really like to drive like expensive cars. You know who's an A? My old coworker Paul.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, he's awesome. I always say, I'm like, when I worked with him, I look like crap next to him. I show up in my, like, Target
Gucci,
slacks.
Prada.
He shows up in, like, Gucci and Prada and, like, dressed to the nines, and we're, like, renting out apartments in, like, high-end buildings, and I'm just like, dude, you make me look like crap right next to you. Funny. But he just looks so good all the time. But yeah, so like, I guess to kind of finish out the A's is like A's don't like boredom. They don't like boundaries. They don't like bosses. They don't like paperwork. They don't like silence. They don't like routines. They don't like waiting. They don't like meetings, like all that stuff. They're just like they want fun and excitement at all times. These are also the people, if you're selling services or products in business, they're the ones that like show up to the call. You tell them what you're going to give them. They're like, cool, here's my credit card.
Wow.
They're just like action, ready
Boom.
to go, fire. Done. Yeah. They're always, because they're ready. They want anything to make them better, and they're willing to invest in it. But these are, I feel like you're an A in a sense of like, Jerome will be like, get an idea to go on a trip, and he's like, let's book the trip. Oh, let's do it right now. And I'm like, dude, wait, hold on. What are you doing?
Heat of the moment.
Yeah, you get really into it. What are you looking up over there?
I was just reading, whoops, I lost it. I was just reading about like what people do, like what they use it, and it basically just says what you said.
Yeah.
Like a better understanding of who you're speaking with.
Yeah, exactly.
They also said it was scientifically proven.
Yeah, they did. They did a lot of studies. They did. No, trust me, it's really cool. I'm telling you. I think it's awesome. I think bank code and NLP, nonviolent communication, which I talk about a lot, like combining all of that with what conscious communication is which is really being aware and having compassion and empathy when you speak. I'm telling you,
Seems
like
a
absolutely
powerful
change your
selling
life.
tool.
Super powerful selling tool, but also like imagine knowing your partner this way.
Yeah.
Like we think we know people, but we don't have all the tools. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's an A. N is a nurturer. So nurturers, sticking with that box analogy, they like to like recycle the box.
Where's N? Oh, I got you.
Yeah, these are the people who they want to like gift wrap the box and like collect donations and like save the world with it. These are the people who they care more about making a difference in the world than making money. It's definitely those people. They're like always have happy faces. They're smiling. They're really positive, like hearts of gold, right?
Shout out to all the hippies.
It's exactly who it is. The yoga teachers, life coaches are usually nurturers. Reiki healers, energetic work, things like that. They like to, they just want to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And so if you can find a way to connect with, if you know someone's a nurturer, if you can find a way to connect with them and build a relationship with them, like you will literally have a friend for life because they're so deeply connected to people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like if I was selling something, I'm like, oh, we do the buy one, give one.
Oh, done.
They'd be like, oh, we love that.
Yeah. Got them. Yeah, exactly. They value like personal growth. Yeah, giving, authenticity.
Yeah.
Teamwork, community, ethics, like really value like morality and harmony, things of that nature. It's really, really important. So that's what they value. And like we said, their jobs are usually like nurses or life coaches. Volunteer work, people.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my clients are nurturers.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I think that's why maybe I'm like so connected to them too. But well, it's like attracts like. I'm a nurturer. That's my first letter.
Yeah.
You can guess what the second one is because it's like my second.
Man, you weren't supposed to tell me. I was supposed to guess.
I'm a nurturer though, and I attract a lot of nurturers to work with me. A lot of my clients are nurturers. Which is hilarious because
when I met you, you were all about that blueprint.
Big time. Isn't it funny though? Because most of my clients are doctors, nurses. They're all nurturers.
Yeah.
And I have most of my business clients are like life coaches or, you know what I mean? Service providers, coaches.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to kind of finish out nurturers, clues that someone's a nurturer, I mean, they're friendly. They wear flowers. They dress really comfortable. They're positive and happy. They hug. They're very thoughtful. They maintain eye contact, things of that nature. And they just really like authenticity. They like, they have a therapist.
That's everyone you met in Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Are you thinking about them? They like, faith and family and encouragement and helping and things of that nature. But what they don't like is like egos or like being left out, manipulation.
They're like, egos, not your amigo, my friend.
They struggle with selling. Yeah. Like selling is really hard for them. That's
how I would be with selling because I hated doing it. I felt like a snaky oil man.
Which is so crazy. Yesterday,
snaky salesman.
I had this very similar training but different with my business coaching program, which is called the Limitless Coaching Circle. And I spent like a good chunk of time and I was like, this is it. Stop like feeling bad about selling. And I'm like, dude, the last time you bought something, weren't you happy that someone sold it to you? Well, like, do you think?
It was an online purchase.
But still, what if they didn't sell it to you because they had a bunch of limiting beliefs that it was snaky to sell to you?
And they just kept it to themselves.
Yeah, they just kept it to themselves.
On their social medias.
Dude, can you imagine? So I'm like, dude, you literally do a disservice when you don't sell someone something that they need.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
We talked about this yesterday. You told me.
Was I telling you? Because I was fired up about it. I'm like, it makes, so many people struggle with selling because the word selling. And I'm like, there's nothing negative about selling. Like, people like desperately need your services. Sell them to them. Like, give them the opportunity. Now, my mission is to teach you how to do that in a conscious way. So they literally just ask you for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like old selling tactics that are like, you always talk about that from old jobs. You're like, oh my God, they're the worst. And I'm like, yeah, times are changing. But anyways, yeah, so nurturers not into that. They don't like deceit. They don't like cold, rude behavior, none of that stuff. So if you're gonna, be working with, or someone who's a nurturer, you need to be really authentic with them.
Yeah.
Show them that you care more about them than money. That's a huge one. Maintain good eye contact. Talk about a cause that you're passionate about. Things like that will really win over a nurturer. And then the last one is a K. K stands for knowledge. Ks are like the hardest people for me to connect with.
The Ks?
Yeah.
So Elon Musk.
Like a lot of people in your family are Ks. Your dad's definitely a K. But me and him are connected.
These are like scientists.
Yeah, Ks are like engineers. We live in Silicon Valley. I mean, we're kind of a little outside of it now, but it's Silicon Valley, right? It's techie. Ks, like their mantra would be like invent your own box. You know what I mean? They love to have like intellectual debates. But they also like they really value like science. They value competence and expertise and accuracy. And you can't just say like, oh, I have this
People seem exhausting.
It can be challenging to meet them. Yeah, to have conversations with them.
Yeah.
Because they'll oftentimes disregard you. Like if you don't have at least a bachelor's, if not like a master's or something, when you're trying to especially sell to these people, they're like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really value just period, like credentials.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. But also they really value research and development. So if you can back up what you're saying with some solid research, not just any research, it matters where you got that research from. Not Wikipedia. You're gonna lose them fast.
Trust me, bro.
So their occupations, like we said, they work in like science, programming, engineering, research, those types of positions. They want to work with other people who they think are really smart, places that are going to allow them to use their brain. They're very quiet people, actually.
Thinking.
Yeah, very reserved. They like to play computer games. They watch like sci-fi. They drive like electric cars. Is this your dad?
Can you describe
They don't dress very well. They have a lot of like wardrobe malfunctions, like sweatpants type
Everyone
of people.
that works at Facebook, like feeling it. Every Google employee.
This is it's incredible.
Every Google employee.
But they enjoy like to talk about techie things, and they love their gadgets and all that stuff. But they also love like formulas and experts and documentation and higher education and logic. Oh my God, with the logic. They like witty people. But they hate like blanket statements. They don't like too much excitement, too much emotion. Like you'll lose them. You don't want to be like, oh my God,
that's heck of
hi. And they're just like, what are you doing? Like
stand back.
Yeah, basically.
Don't get near me.
It's actually funny because they just like don't like stupidity. Like they're the people who often say like, oh my God, like this person's so stupid or whatever. And it's like, wait, what?
Knowledge people, very matter of fact.
They're very yeah, they don't like incompetence.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had a connect call, or as people would call it, a sales call with a K, and I would thought I was going to shit my pants. It was so daunting, and he ended up being one of my best clients ever.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, it was incredible, but I knew how to speak to him. I knew, we were on the sales call, and I could hear him. He was fact-checking me as we're on the call, and I said, are you Googling it? I knew you were going to Google it, and I said, here's some resources that I already prepared for you.
Wow.
To explain what NLP is.
Dude.
Because it's hard to,
my timer's off.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Pause the conversation.
Pause the convo for Jerome to restart the timer. But, let's see. Hi, Desiree. And Jenny. So many people hopped on here for a moment.
Oh, we're back.
But, yeah, so...
He was taking notes.
That's
kind of funny.
Yeah, I could hear him. He had a lot of questions, but like I said, he signed up because I knew how to talk to him because of the bank code, honestly.
Really?
If I didn't know he was a K, I knew what he did for a living, and I kind of just knew from his application, I could tell already what his personality type was, I wouldn't have been prepared. I wouldn't have had the research.
How did you get this? Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
He just hangs up.
Well, no, it's and for example, you'll ask me a question, and so here's a good example, history. I'll absorb it and I'm like, yes, or I'll hear the science behind something and I'm like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. And I'm all in. And then my brain just kind of goes, okay, cool. We don't really need that information anymore. Write it down. So if you ever need it again, you have it. And I kind of just get lost in all the other facts. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Like you can like remember the history and remember the science of something. And I'm like, I have it written down somewhere, but like I'm on a whole nother page already.
Sometimes I'll forget.
Yeah. But like the K people are the people where it's like, you need to present them with the facts.
Yeah.
You're a K and you have some K tendencies.
Like what?
Especially with me being pregnant.
Yeah,
like God forbid I eat something.
I'm a K at the gym, bro.
Jerome's like, are you sure you can eat that? And I'm like, yeah, I can. I already researched it. Where'd you research it at? I'm like, and you like fact check my facts.
Gotta make sure.
But K's...
Okay, first of all, when it comes to that, Serena's a really trust me, bro type of person when it comes to all kinds of stuff like that.
No, I'm
You're like,
not.
no, Jerome, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, do you? Do you?
I live my life with my intuition nowadays. I'm a nurturer.
Oh.
But, yeah, I think that's it on K's. I think, if you're working with a K or have a K in your personal life, you want to just make sure that you stay very logical in your approach, that you're not very overly emotional.
That makes sense.
Or excited, and that you're able to debate and defend your topic of conversation, especially if it's business. Like, you need to be able to debate and defend your services. Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing, which is why I say that helps a lot. Like, your brother, he's definitely a K. Now do you see how he's a K?
Yeah.
And so I remember, like, he's the type of person, like, if we're all having a conversation, he's already on his phone Googling it as we're still in the middle of the conversation. He has to, like, wait to fact check.
Oh, dead ass every time.
And so if you're having a conversation with him, you need to make sure you have your facts straight because he's literally fact checking you while you're still talking to him. So that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to know who you're talking to if you expect to get through to him in a conversation. That's all.
I was just reading. Sorry. I'm doing that thing where I was reading.
Jerome has squirrel brain.
No, I was just reading about like how you can use it and what it's for.
Yeah.
Basically, it just talks about how different people are. And they
we all have different personalities. I think it's interesting because it's like, let's say I speak English, but Jerome speaks only Spanish. And it's like, oh, and I think I could talk to him. I can't. Like, we all have different personalities. And if you don't know who you're talking to, like, really, you can't communicate with them. Like, you can get through little pieces. Like, I'll be like, hola, and then you'll say, like, I know a couple Spanish words. I'll, like, get through to you a little bit, but are you really connecting with me? No. Does that make sense? Is that, like, a good way to kind of explain it to you?
Yeah.
It's with anyone.
I understand it. I was just reading it. It's pretty cool, actually. It seems like it's really good for selling. I keep getting back to that because that's all they say on their website. It all says about self-help.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They
like it helps you connect with who you're speaking to.
Yeah, but do you see how that has everything to do with your personal life as well?
Yeah.
Like, yes, they focus on business, which is why I highly recommend and I like to introduce this to my business clients, especially when I'm teaching them about communication and sales calls and attracting clients and things, but like it's all relevant. I think that's the life coach in me. I'm like, it's all full circle, guys. Like, you need to be able to understand people to have healthy relationships in your life. But I guess my mind, anything for me that goes to business, I can also translate back to your life.
You always do that.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Do you not see it?
I guess I'm just being a knowledge right now.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so those are the 4 personality types that we really wanted to come on and talk about today. I hope that, I hope that it's valuable and that people find it interesting. I know whenever I, introduce it or talk about it with people, they always find it to be really interesting. And it makes you look at people different. So it's like, I always say, like, start with the people in your daily life and, like, see, like, which are they? Like, what is their personality type? And now change the way you talk to them and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Dun, dun, dun.
Here's the book.
It's
Cracking
good.
the Personality Code.
It's a really good book. Highly recommend.
That's dope.
I feel like communication is like a superpower. Like, I love teaching people how to communicate better.
Well, if people can actually hear what you're saying and you're speaking to them in a way that they're actually taking it all in.
Yeah.
Then of course.
It's funny because I feel like I communicate well, and then I feel like you like, have always struggled with it so much. Jerome's always like, it's so annoying, like, if we're in an argument or something, and he's like, and you have all your facts, and, like, the way you present everything, and he just goes, it goes all in his head.
Yeah.
And then later he's like, I was thinking this, but I couldn't say it, like, it wasn't coming out. It's funny. So tell me, before we end the podcast, what is your personality type?
What am I?
Yeah, what do you think it is?
In order? Because it says on the thing that you have a little piece of each of them.
I said that. You're reading so much during the podcast that you miss half the things I even say.
I'm learning about it.
Why don't you just listen to me? I'm teaching it to you right now. So your first one is the one you are the most.
I don't like attention, though.
You're not gonna align with 100%, but just the most, majority. Like, which one would you say you are the most of?
I'd say action, nurturing, knowledge, blueprint.
Yeah.
Is that what you got? Should have had you guess it first, damn it.
Yours, yeah. So action, I think you are. And your personality type will change in different times of your life.
Yeah.
What's also cool is do you remember they have, I'm pretty sure you can buy this off their website. If you want to do work with kids, or you have kids, or you just want to understand kids, maybe nieces and nephews, they have these little cards, and they have pictures on them.
I remember that.
And it's the 4 cards, BANK, and you show the kids, and you tell them to put them in order on which ones they like the most.
Yeah.
Because it has pictures of, like, money, or pictures of, like, the sun, and depending on what they value, what they like the most, they'll put them in order for you. And then, your kid's bank code. It's super cool.
Put the blue one first.
Yeah, Alex is very structured and time-oriented. But yeah, no, I think you would be right. Your action, you do like to live life very free and without boundaries, but then you're definitely nurturer second. Like, sometimes Jerome's more nurturing than I am. I have to, like, be like, dude, you're overgiving. Like, you need to stop. You're like a natural lover. And then, yeah, KB. Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure B would be my last one.
It doesn't help that we're both K's third, because that's, like, your stress tendencies. So whenever we're both stressed, we both go into K modes, like researching and overanalyzing.
We go on WebMD.
Oh, research. God. I don't do that.
Research it.
I love it. No, that's really good.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and guess yours, babe. You can tell me if I'm right after. So go ahead and write yours down on a piece of paper. Or don't.
Go. Hurry up. I already know it.
Sarina is NBAK. Am I right?
I think I would be... Did you say N?
I said NBAK. Yeah.
I already told you K was my third one. And N was my first one. So all you had to do is figure out the blue and the red. I would be a nurturer first. I feel like my action and blueprint will kind of go depending on where I'm at in my life.
You're falling out again.
Oh. It'll kind of vary depending on where I'm at in my life. But nurturer first. Probably a blueprint second. Like, I hate when people are late, man, especially when I hire someone to do something with me. Mm-hmm. If you are, like, late, it literally drives me nuts. Like, it's okay, like, if something comes up, but, like, if you're too loosey-goosey and you're unorganized, like, it's such a turn-off for me. I'm like, no. So, yeah, I'd be NBKA, which you would never think I'm an A last.
That's
but
weird.
I'm not a really big, like, attention, luxury. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to travel and splurge and do certain things. But at the same time, I'm not a big, like, flashy out there. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't really prioritize the material things too much. I have to, like, make myself buy stuff.
Yeah, you always do that.
You're always like, babe, buy yourself something. And I'm like,
buy
no.
yourself a t-shirt, dude.
I'm like, no, I don't need it. I just don't. I'm like, buy it for what? If I don't love something, if I'm not, like, obsessed with it, buy it for what? So I can have it for a couple months and then have to throw it away.
Yeah, why not?
No, Jerome's the type of person, like, will walk in the store and he's like, this is so cool, buy nice decoration. I'm like, are you going to have it for 10 years? Like, because you want to buy the finer things that are going to last you forever.
We
like, really nice.
Walk into RH.
Restoration Hardware.
You secure the bag.
All right. Anyways, I think that's going to be it. I hope that you guys got some really valuable tips. This is something that I like to introduce in my business coaching program. LCC, which I'll actually be relaunching again soon.
Also,
you guys are
don't
interested,
forget audibletrial.com/Cafecito, JJ Serina.
you can get the book for free.
Yeah.
You can definitely get the book for free.
And listen to it. It's pretty
The link
long.
is in my bio on Instagram, or if you're listening on the podcast or YouTube, the link is in the bio as well.
Audible Trial, yeah.
You can get a free Audible credit, and you can actually get this book. Boom!
Boom, done.
But,
So what's up?
yeah.
What's up? Say it.
Okay. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday, and yeah, we'll catch you. We should be, oh my God, next Friday we'll be in Hawaii.
I mean, maybe.
So if Alex doesn't have COVID, next Friday Jerome and I will be in Hawaii. So we got to plan when we're recording our next podcast. Maybe
Very
we'll be
soon.
recording it in Hawaii.
We tried that last time.
It probably won't happen.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do it this time.
That'd be kind of cool. All right, catch you in the
on the
next
spot.
one. See you later.
Peace.